Hi, I'm Vector, and this is Bind, a 2D skill-based platformer with bite-sized mechanics, and welcome to devlog number 3. So, in the last video I showed you how we improved the game art of our game. And in this video I will show you the evolution of this guy. Okay, so remember this? Nope? Okay, then you might want to go check the previous devlog. But anyways, this was the first prototype, and this was Bind in its initial form. Now, this character looks very weird, but if I'm being honest, I kinda like it. But I knew I had to improve the character design to match the game we were building. Now this looks more like a character, but it was still missing something. I don't know, maybe arms and legs. So this is the current character design, and right now it's a lot more aligned with what we want for the game. With this design though, I got new challenges. See, with this design, all I had to do was to do some stretching and squashing via code, and there you go, you have animations for the character and it would look good. In fact, I really liked the result because the character felt alive. And since I upgraded the design, the character felt, well, less alive. So it was time to improve the animations. Making animations for this new design has actually been a lot of fun. I used as inspiration the Paper Mario series, especially Color Splash, in the sense that I would only need a few frames to draw, and then I could stretch and squash to interpolate between frames. Okay, so here is how I'm setting up my animations in Unity. So first, I would grab all the frames and sprites that I need for every animation from a Photoshop file and save them into Unity. Now it's important for me to name my layers properly, and you're gonna see why in a minute. After importing that file into Unity, I go to the sprite editor and then I rig the body, because it's the only sprite that is never going to change. Then once the rigging is completed, then it's time to assemble the animations. For example, the idle animation. I disable all the sprites that are not used in the animation. See why it's important to name the layers. Then I can start working on the animation itself. So that's the process that I'm going through for every animation. And here is a quick comparison between all of the versions so far. I am still working on the other animations, and I'm really excited to get them working in Unity. I'm kind of tired of having this every time I playtest. Well, that's it for this video. If you're enjoying this series so far, where I share the development process of Bind, make sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss the next devlog, where I will be sharing a bit more of how the orbs work in the game. After all, they are a core game mechanic. I'm still kinda new to this whole devlog thing, so if there's something you'd like to see from the game, just let me know in the comments. Well, that's it. Thank you very much for watching, and take care.